Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Manzili and I am a 21-year veteran in the natural hair industry. I am going to be talking to you today about the type of specialist to avoid if you want to select the right person for your microlock journey. I want you to watch all the way to the end of this video because I have some good information for you that'll help you make the best selection for your microlock journey. Stay tuned and make sure to watch all the way to the end. The kinds of microlock specialists that you want to avoid in the industry are the types of specialists that refuses to do or avoids doing a consultation with you. I know some people are out there saying, I don't feel like I need to pay for a consultation, or I don't feel like I need to do a consultation. The first thing you need to realize is that Microlocs is a specialty service, and there's so many different components involved with getting the right Microlocs installed and to doing them properly. So it will be a disservice to you if you do not do a microlock consultation. If your specialists do not initiate this or they do not offer this service, this should be a huge red flag to you if you are deciding to transfer to them or if you are trying to get an install done. This is something that you do not want to bypass, you do not want to avoid. I know there are many specialists right now that will charge for a consultation, and those are actually the types of specialists that you want to book with because they mean business. 9 times out of 10, if a specialist is charging for a consultation or they're willing to consult with you, this clearly means or could imply that they are educated, they know their stuff, and they're going to do an excellent job consulting with you to get you ready for your microlock journey. If someone is not consulting with you, they're not willing to consult with you, as I said, more than likely they're undereducated. They may only be skilled in technical skills, but theoretically, which is absolutely needed to be able to walk you through your journey, to explain to you what are the different phases that your hair is going to go through as your microlocks goes through the maturation stages. A good specialist needs to know, have information theoretically as well as being skilled technically. So this is a huge red flag if someone is not willing to consult with you. A huge red flag. Is not going to serve you any justice because there are some things inside of your journey that you're gonna need to know about. And a really good specialist is going to consult with you for at least 30 minutes. I said that correctly, 30 minutes. Anything less than 30 minutes, they're not really walking you through the different stages. They're not educating you well. I would more than likely not really trust them. Because for something this intense, for a service this specialized and this intricate and expensive, you should be going into this completely with complete understanding and completely being able to know what your next steps are with full transparency. So one of the people to avoid is someone who is not willing to do a thorough, in-depth consultation with you. If it's free or if it's paid, you should be excited if your microlock specialist that you're vetting or have been referred to or have found, you should be excited if they're willing to do a consultation with you. You need to know all you need to know about your journey. The next type of specialist that you should avoid is someone who is too lazy. They're not doing your reties properly. They are skipping steps. And more than likely, if your stylist is lazy or your specialist is lazy, you would only be able to tell going into the install, the way their vibes are, the way they're doing your install. You're going to feel the level of laziness if you're taking way too many breaks. And not saying that stylists or specialists shouldn't take breaks, because we need to take a break to eat. We need to take a break to go to the potty. So if they're taking breaks, that's fine. But if they're taking way too many breaks, if they're talking on the phone a lot, if they're texting a lot, even if they're taking a lot of pictures and not really doing the job that you paid them for, to me, that's being lazy. Okay, this is someone that you need to avoid. Now, if you're already in their chair and they're doing your install or they're doing your retie, unfortunately, you're already vested, right? You've already paid them maybe a deposit. You've already, you've already sat in their chair. So it's very difficult to say, well, I feel like you're lazy, so I'm just going to leave. This is something that's you're just going to pocket away for a future visit, not for the current visit. Unfortunately, you will have to wait, check them out, see how they're working, and if they're working lazily, it's just a red flag to you to not book with them again. Because a lazy stylist will do things like this. They'll connect your locks without you knowing. They will do an improper retie where your retie is way too tight, or they'll do a retie where the retie is not taut enough, which means not, close enough to the scalp, where you'll have to come back earlier to do another retie. Okay, so those are just some pointers of how, if a specialist is lazy, you can find them out. Okay, make sure when you get to your home, make sure you're inspecting your own Microlocs. Make sure you are checking them out for yourself, just to make sure that your stylists have done an impeccable job and they're not lazy. Okay. Another type of Microloc specialist that you want to avoid is someone who is limited in skill set and very undereducated and possibly do not know all there is to know about Microlocs or the world of Microlocs. The more your Microloc specialist is educated in every form of Microlocs, the better it is for you, because then that means you'll have more options when you are going through your journey. Typically, people who have gone with someone who is undereducated, they start their Microloc journey, and then somewhere down the line, they feel like they've been gypped or cheated. Because, for instance, if someone is only going to be getting micro interlocks done or micro twist locks done, they discover later on down the line that, I could have gotten, micro twist locks done instead. It would have been a better option for me, or I could have just tried out some extensions. So, not saying that all stylists are equipped or trained well in all of the methods of Microlocs, but they should at least have some information about those different options where they can offer that to you. And if in the event that you choose a Microloc technique or method that they may not be skilled in, they can honestly give you advice to go with someone else that may have that level of skill set. But at the end of the day, you want to go with someone that is skilled and trained in all of the methods of Microlocs, so that you have the most options that may be available to you. It's just not fair if you go to someone and they only know one technique or just one way of doing something. That actually is not a service to you. It's a disservice to you, because you may have been given an option that may be the best fit for you. For instance, my low density girls, micro twist locks on a brick layered grid may be a good option for you, but your Microloc specialist did not offer you that. So if you find that out later, while you've already gone through your Microloc journey, you've already done the install, and you find out later from maybe a Facebook group or somewhere on TikTok that you could have gone the micro twist locks journey or any other journey that you could have tried out, but your Microloc specialist did not offer that to you, you are going to feel cheated. So make sure when you are choosing a Microloc specialist, the more educated they are, the more trained they are, the better your journey is going to feel as you go throughout your journey, because you'll be confident that you chose the right path, or you'll feel confident that your Microloc specialist offered you all of the options and came to the conclusion that this specific option would be the best for you. Okay, so when you are choosing a Microloc specialist, make sure you choose someone that is well educated, well trained, very knowledgeable about all of the methods of Microlocs, the pros, the cons, if you are eligible for any of them, if you are not eligible. It just feels good to consult with someone who knows everything about everything, and then you can, spend your good coins with someone who is well trained and well educated. Lastly, The final type of microlock specialist that you want to avoid with the plague, and this may sound weird at first, but you're going to understand what I mean once we get to the end of this video. You want to avoid with the plague someone that is too busy. Now, this is kind of like oxymoronish, because someone who is busy means that they are really skilled and they are well trained and they are popular. Everyone wants to book with them. But this is a disservice to you, because if someone is too busy to book you for a service like Microlocs, you are going to get faced with some issues where, you know, you may miss an appointment, or they may have to rebook you once or twice. You may have to pay higher fees because, you know, they have you on a wait list, or, you know, they want to bump you up on a list, on a wait list, so now you have to pay maybe an extra $50. So someone that you want to avoid with the plague, it sounds crazy, but you want to avoid a stylist that is too busy, overbooked, where you have to be booked out 3-4 months in advance. Like, listen, no one has that kind of time, especially when it comes to Microlocs. When you're experiencing slippage, you're experiencing repair, you are experiencing holes where you need to possibly get your locks repaired. No one wants to be on a waiting list or booked out 3, 4, 5 months out. Okay? What if your stylist gets sick? You've waited for 3 or 4 or 5 months, and now your stylist is sick when your appointment comes. Now they're playing catch up after they get sick, or maybe they get injured, or let's say they get pregnant, and now they're going on maternity leave after you've already waited 3, 4, 5 months to get in their chair. I just don't think it's fair. I think you deserve better. I would book with someone who is moderately busy and not too busy. If they're chronically busy, they got you on a wait list, they've booked you out 4 or 5 months out, even 2-3 months out is just a lot to me. Like, for a stylist, when I was behind a chair, for a stylist, that's a flex. Like, I have a waiting list, people are booking me out 2-3 months, booked and busy. But those type of stylists, more than likely, majority of the times, 2 to 3 times a year, those type of stylists experience burnout. Okay, when I was behind the chair, I was not concerned about being booked and busy. Like, at first it's cute, right? I'm booked and busy. Everybody's booking with me. I got about 10 people on my wait list. I got about 50 people on my wait list. When I came out of COVID, I had about almost 50 people on my wait list. And that overwhelmed me to the point of trying to hurriedly scale and hire people to help me with my wait list, hire specialists to help me with my clients that were already on the books when COVID happened. And then going into COVID, there was a Microloc explosion. Everyone wanted Microlocs, and now I have almost 50 people on my waiting list. It was not a good place to be. Coming outside of COVID, I went into a state of burnout, especially because my business partner and I at the time could not find anyone that we could hire that was trustworthy to be able to take our Microloc clients, because there were really not a lot of people trained in the methods of Microlocs that we were offering. And that led me directly into teaching, to be able to hire from my body of students that I were teaching. So that's another story for another video. But one thing you can rest assured is that booking with a specialist that is booked and busy or too busy will be detrimental to you, because you are going to suffer. You are going to suffer. It's going to be hard to book with them. Your Microlocs are going to suffer. You're going to go months and months and months, or weeks and weeks and weeks, even just weeks, not just months and months and months, but even weeks and weeks. If your retie schedule is 4 to 6 weeks, and your specialist is booked and busy, and you cannot get in her chair for 8 to 12 weeks, that gap alone is going to possibly be detrimental to your Microloc journey, especially if you have other things going on, right? If you have very fine hair, if you have low density. If you're a low density girl like myself, and you have very fine hair like myself, you cannot really afford to go for a very long time without getting a retie. And if you have booked with someone that is too busy or booked and busy, you are going to suffer the consequences. So think about all of these things. I'm glad you made it to the end of this video. If you think of anything else that you you would like me to add to this video, or if you have any comments or questions, make sure to drop that in the comments below, and I can always do another video to address that. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. I want you to share, like, subscribe, turn your notifications bell on so that I can keep bringing you really good content. I have a lot of videos laid up to do for you all. I know some of you have commented on my other videos that you're enjoying the content, and I'm really, really happy that you're enjoying it. And in spite of my busy schedule, I try to come on here looking cute. I do my best. You know, I got to put myself together for y'all. And just to make sure that you are being blessed and you are getting everything you need to do as you go in your Microloc journey. So I hope you found some value in this video. I hope this blesses you. If you want me to do whatever specific video, or if you have any questions, once again, just comment below. In the meantime, you guys, let's be about the business of Microlocs. I hope to see you in the next video.